لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله.
إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعين به ونستهديه ونسترشده ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فهو المهتد ومن يضلل فلن تجد له وليا مرشدا والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الخلق أجمعين سيد الأنبياء والمرسلين حبيب رب العالمين سيدنا محمد صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وصحبه ومن تبعهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. اللهم اجعلنا معهم واجمعنا بهم في عليين في الفردوس الأعلى بعد يوم الدين آمين. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. يا أيها الذين آمنوا قوا أنفسكم وأهليكم نارا وقودها الناس والحجارة. Today's khutbah is around the meanings of this beautiful ayah. And the whole ayat are really beautiful and great. And it's a call from Allah Azza wa Jal to the mu'mineen, to the believers. And we all know that there is two levels of belief. The level of Islam and then Iman. When you perform, when you act, when you learn and practice Islam, you're a Muslim. But when you want to go to the next level of being a real practicing Muslim, you're called mu'min. So the true believers of Allah Azza wa Jal are called mu'mineen, al-mu'minat, al-mu'mineen. So when Allah Azza wa Jal wants to talk to mu'mineen, He says, Ya ayyuha alladhina amanu, O who have believed, O whom are the believers of the faith of Allah Azza wa Jal. And if Allah Azza wa Jal wants to talk to the people, He says, Ya ayyuhan nas, O people. So that's a call for the believers and non-believers as well. And we all know and we should teach our children that Islam is not for a certain group of people or a certain race or a certain geographic area. It's for the whole world. Actually, it's for people and jinn. It's for the world that we see and the world we don't see. That's because it's the religion of Allah Azza wa Jal. And also we emphasize that Islam is not the religion of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and Muslims only. It's the religion of Adam and Isa and Musa and Ibrahim and Ishaq and Dawood and Sulaiman alayhim salam. And the verses of Quran are so many there, proves that they are all followers of Allah Azza wa Jal. They're all sending one message: worship none except Allah Azza wa Jal, the one and only, and believe in al-yawm al-akhir, yawm al-ba'th, yawm al-qiyamah, with the judgment day. So the whole deen is between believing in Allah and His messengers and believing in Yawm al-Qiyamah. What was different between prophets is ash-shara'i'. Ash-shara'i' means some rituals, some ways of worship that Allah Azza wa Jal designed a bit differently from one time to another, one prophet to another, to address the needs and issues of people at that time. So going back to the ayat, Ya ayyuhal ladina amanu, when Allah Azza wa Jal call you, you have to pay attention. In many ayat, Allah just brings His hikmah, His wisdom, His orders, or His prohibiting something without calling. So when Allah calls you as a believer, that means He wants you to pay 100% full attention, and whatever comes after Ya ayyuhal ladina amanu from your Lord, that means it's a big deal of an issue or an order or prohibiting something very much serious. So Ya ayyuhal ladina amanu, yes Allah, we are listening. We are the believers, inshallah. We claim to be the believers. And let's see what Allah wants from us. قُوا أَنفُسَكُمْ وَأَهْلِيكُمْ نَارًا. Protect yourself and your family. Jahannam, the fire of Jahannam. وَقُودُهَا النَّاسُ وَالْحِجَارَةِ. He wants us to not only think of it as a fire, because when you say fire, a small match is a fire. Sometimes fire is something enjoyable when you go camping or you do a fire on the grill or barbecue. But Allah wants you to be scared of this. And He said, وَقُودُهَا النَّاسُ وَالْحِجَارَةِ. This fire is fed, the real food that keeps it on is people and stones, rocks. It's a serious fire. It's not a human-made fire. It's not a worldly fire. So Allah is talking to the mu'mins, to the believers who have already went 1 degree above just being Muslims. So they are mu'mineen. Subhanallah. And Allah is telling us, protect yourself and your family from that fire. And we want to learn today 3 things about the protection. 3 layers, 3 levels that are very essential, very important, and there is no excuse for any of us here for not following or for not committing to. Number 1, قُوا أَنفُسَكُمْ. Protect yourself. A very simple example, when you ride a plane, when you fly anywhere, they always tell you, first buckle your own seatbelt and then help the one beside you, even if that one beside you was a baby. If you want, may Allah forbid, if there is a trouble in the air, if there is a problem with the plane or with the weather, and the oxygen mask fell down, you need to put it on you first and then the next to you if you have a child, a wife, even a baby. So you first. So this is straightforward. Sometimes we get busy helping others and then we forget to help ourselves. You get busy doing a lot of even da'wah, but you forget to increase your own iman. So your mission on earth, you were created alone, like one person, and you will die as one person, and you will wake up from death, resurrect as one person, and you will be judged. To start with is about yourself, about your iman. So we have to protect ourselves first. And you cannot be efficient in protecting others if you don't protect yourself. Very easy. You cannot save others if you don't. You cannot go and jump to the water to save others from drowning if you don't know how to swim yourself. So yourself first when it comes to protecting it from the hellfire. What kind of hellfire? وَقُودُهَا النَّاسُ وَالْحِجَارَةِ. That the food of that fire, it lives on people's body and rocks, stones and rocks. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. May Allah protect us all from going to hellfire, not even by passing through it for a second. So our responsibility number one is ourselves. Increase your iman every single day. Improve, read more Quran. Have more akhlaq. Stay away from shaitan. وَلَا تَتَّبِعُوا خُطُوَاتِ الشَّيْطَانِ. Not only stay away from shaitan, stay away from the steps that could lead you to shaitan, that could lead you close to shaitan. Stay away from haram and anything that leads you to haram. Have the best manners. And I always emphasize on manners because manners are more difficult to obtain compared to the worships. Many people, by the action of habit, especially if they are raised in a house that are taking care of the sha'air, the rituals, the ibadat, they pray 5 times a day. Many people fast Ramadan. Many people read Quran at least Friday, Surah Al-Kahf, or 1 page a day or so. But it's hard for many people to have the real manners that those ibadat are designed to feed or to result for good manners. If you are the best worshipper on earth and you are angry a lot or all the time, if you don't smile to your fellow human beings in general and to your fellow Muslim brothers and sisters in specific, and to your family in more specific, that's a problem. That's not the Muslim that Allah Azza wa Jal wants you to be. Even if you pray 24 hours, if you lie, you're not the Muslim that Allah Azza wa Jal wants you to be. If you cheat, if you drive fast without a seat belt and you don't care, if you don't care about other people's feelings, many of us fail on this point. Oh, I didn't know, I didn't mean to hurt this person. Oh, I'm just straightforward, I don't go right. What do you mean? If you hurt people's feeling by judging them or describing them even in something that they already have, you think like, I'm just too frank? No, you're not following the Sunnah. Muhammad ﷺ, when in a crowd used to see someone makes mistake, he never point his finger, hey you, Muhammad or Ammar or Salah or this, stop doing this, stop talking during Jum'ah. He never did it. What he does, he speaks generally. Those who speaks during Jum'ah prayer, I'm just giving an example, or playing with the ground or doing tasbih or holding phone, please don't do that because it's not allowed. Those who, not you, and he doesn't even look at them. These are the manners of advice. And we need to practice that. So there's a lot of examples, but really the most important thing that we want to learn and keep on learning, and do not feel good about yourself because you need to improve all the time. It's improve your manners, your akhlaq. And even Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, who was chosen by Allah, he was brought up from childhood, protected, prepared by Allah to carry the message of Allah, to help the people be on the path of Allah and go to the Jannah of Allah, away from the Nar of Allah. Yet Allah told him in the Quran, فَبِمَا رَحْمَةٍ مِّنَ اللَّهِ لِنْتَ لَهُمْ وَلَوْ كُنْتَ فَظًّا غَلِيظَ الْقَلْبِ لَانْفَضُّوا مِنْ حَوْلِكَ. With the mercy of Allah, and only with the mercy of Allah, Allah made you simple, easy to approach, layyin, hayyin, a person who is mellow, who is nice. And if Allah Azza wa Jal, even He knows Muhammad ﷺ is already the kindest person on earth, yet He is talking to Muhammad ﷺ, وَلَوْ كُنْتَ فَظًّا غَلِيظَ الْقَلْبِ. If you were harsh, if you have a hard heart, if you use ways of talking, conveying haqq and da'wah, if you use those tough ways, لَنْفَضُّوا مِنْ حَوْلَكَ. The best people on earth after the Anbiya are the Sahaba. Yet they know that Muhammad ﷺ will only say true, and he will only say talk about Quran. Yet if the way Muhammad ﷺ conveyed the truth in a harsh and tough way, لَنْفَضُّوا, and the word انفضوا means they will run away. They will just jump far from you. they will go without looking back. In faddu. Suddenly they will leave. Just because the way we Muslims are the people of akhlaq. And this is one of the things that I see personally, wallahi, and in this masjid, between us, we are tough people. Most of us are tough. We did not learn, or we don't want to learn, or we think it's not nice to be too nice. Too kind, too. Muhammad ﷺ is the kindest. There's nothing called too kind. You have to be too kind forever. Be kind. Islam is the religion of kindness. Talk to people in the best way possible. If you don't know, think twice before you say anything. People sometimes walk and when I look at them, they're like, serious. Come on. Relax. You have problems. Everybody has problems. Muhammad ﷺ have the top of problems. He never, ever looked at someone without smiling. Except now you are in a mission of defending your Islam, your country, your house. Sure. So, to say this again, Muhammad is conveying the message of Allah to the people around him who are Sahaba, who believed him. Yet he was told, do not be tough. And don't worry about the way I talk. My intention is good. Don't talk too much about how. Just concentrate about what did I say. Ya akhi, no. How is important. Actually, it's the vehicle where your words and your deeds bring from one place to another. I want to talk to someone, I want to advise my daughter or my son or my friend. I have to make sure that this advice will go to his heart or her heart and be accepted and understood clearly without making them feel embarrassed in front of anyone. If I don't do this, my advice will just flow over the head of people, and actually it could even make a reverse action that my kids or my friend or my colleague will actually do the opposite and hate whatever I'm talking about. So we could be calling people for Islam and good manners, and yet the result, they run away from it. Why? Because of our behavior. I hear this a lot. Why do you concentrate on our behavior or our attitude? Just leave attitude on the side and concentrate on the matter. No, your attitude is what brings the haqq or take the haqq away from people. So that's number one. قُوا أَنفُسَكُمْ. Protect yourselves from the fire. What else? وَأَهْلِيكُمْ. And your family. Here the family, Mufassirin said the close family or bigger family. And I will say everything we can call family is included here. So the family are two types. Your wife, children are your family that you are directly in charge about. كُلُّكُمْ رَاعٍ وَكُلُّكُمْ مَسْئُولٌ عَنْ رَعِيَّتِهِ. Every one of you is in charge for those people that Allah made you responsible for. This is the smaller family, your own direct responsibility. But also you are responsible to care and communicate and help them stay away from the fire. Your mother, your father, your brothers, your sisters, your uncle, your aunt, the close relatives, and the most specific father, mother, brothers and sisters. So these are the three important levels. Yourself, your children, wife and children, your father and mother and siblings. These are your closest circle of responsibility and reach out. You cannot say, oh, alhamdulillah, my sister, she lives in States. Yes, she's not hijabi. Yes, she doesn't pray. But anyways, she has her life. She's an adult. She knows what's right. La ilaha illallah. You need to keep, number one, praying for her. Number two, trying to seek a chance to convey the message to her, to wake up the internal instinct call of Allah Azza wa Jal in her, the fitrah. Try to be tricky, tell her husband to put some pressure, tell her children. This is important. You don't be busy doing da'wah for your neighbors who are inviting them for Islam, and your own family needs you and you're not there for them. Just because you don't want to embarrass yourself or them. No, there is always a good way to do it. So I will start not with your own family, wife and children. I will tell, because here mostly we are adults, and most of us here are above maybe 25, 30 and 40, and a lot are more than 50. Your mom and dad. بر الوالدين. It's one of the most critical khuluq, manner, that many people take for granted. If you are here in Canada and your parents are not with you, what do you do to communicate with them? Oh, alhamdulillah, I have a WhatsApp group and I send salam every other day. MashaAllah. Khalas, you're good? I give them a call every Friday or once a month. Okay? I visit them every 2-3 years if I found the right ticket price, or if I could take a vacation. Wallahi, I'm afraid that all of this is not considered birr. It's actually considered a type of uquq. And you know what the uquq? Uquq, it's the worst manners towards parents. Parents, and most of us here are parents, we live. Our main target is to make our family and children happy. And we tend to be so busy with our kids that we forget those whom we used to be their kid, and they have burned their life, they have sacrificed their own interest. My dad could maybe change his pants once a year or have only 4 or 5, and he never buy anything, but he buys me when I was a kid every month a new pant, a new shirt, a new dishdasha, a new cap, a new shoes. And then now I'm busy with my own kids. This is very dangerous, and as I told you, it's close to uquq. Because you just imagine yourself be with the kids that you're giving them all your life right now, and then in few years you're left alone and they are oceans away from you overseas, and all what you receive is a message every now and then. It is really serious. And even if you tell them, they still sacrifice. Yeah, sorry, I can't travel every year, you know. No, don't worry. Just, you know, we understand, we make dua for you. They will never ask. They will never ask. And don't tell yourself that, mashallah, my siblings are taking care of her. My brothers and sisters are there. The whole family are taking care. I'm not needed that urgent. That's why, no. So those who are around her, they're winners. You are not. They want the best of her or him or both. And I will not talk more about this. It's gonna be very painful, because we all need to improve ourselves in this area. But I tell you something, not a single week that passes with me personally without attending, whether offline or online, an event of someone's father or mother passed away, and what they say. And mashallah, I have a lot of friends. The first thing they say, I wish I was there. I wish I was invited last month to go, but I said, you know what, maybe next month. We regret, brothers and sisters, let's be truthful, we will regret big time that we could have the chance to visit our moms and dads and we did not. And I've seen this regret. And wallahi, whenever I attend any funeral and any aza, I say, La ilaha illallah, when is going to be my turn? So my mom and dad, may Allah give them and give everyone's mom and dad who are alive the best of life, long life, with the best of health and the best of tranquility and peace. Ameen. Really, every single week, and the Facebook is full with La hawla wa la quwwata illa inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. The mom of so and so, the dad of so and so, they're in their 60s and their 70s and their 80s. If you are here like myself in your 50s, your mom and dad, if they are alive, they are in their 70s at the least to 80s. So anytime. Do not calculate. Do not wait for cheaper tickets. Do not say I'm busy at work. Take off, even if it's not paid, and go visit them. If you can bring them, why not? Most of us could not, because even they don't want to leave back home. Fine, go visit, take your family. At least go alone if you can't afford taking the whole family. Your mom and dad, as long as they're alive, they're praying for you 24 hours. And when they die, nobody else does that. Even our own kids, even your own wife, whom could be the best wife on earth, she will not pray for you 24/7 like your own mother. So this is a gate for Jannah. When it closes forever. So قُوا أَنفُسَكُمْ وَأَهْلِيكُمْ, the ahl, the family, mom and dad, you need to be bar. You need to be the best son or daughter you can. And أقول قولي هذا واستغفر الله لي ولكم يا فوز المستغفرين. We'll continue after the break. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه ومن تبعهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا وانفعنا بما علمتنا وزدنا علما يا أرحم الراحمين. قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم خياركم لنسائهم. The family starts with the man, the brother, getting married to another woman, the sister in Islam. And if this unit, the family, is distracted, is not maintained, did not form on a strong basis according to قال الله وقال رسول الله, it will affect the generations, the kids whom will be a product of this family. And nowadays we see a big movement around the world, a big movement to dissemble, to break, to throw away the value of the family. And here the hadith, according to Rasulullah, the best among you, and this is for men, for brothers, are those who are best for their wives. If you think you're a good person, check with your wife, and then check with your children, check with your mom and dad. But we're done with parents, and we can never give them the haqq of talking about them, but let's talk about your wife, your partner. And I will just mention one thing, for us to review and go make maintenance for your relationship with your wife. You have to know that you are married because Allah told you to get married. Ta'atan lillah. You need to fix the reason of marriage. If you're married just because you really need to get married because it's a hobby, no, fix it. As a Muslim, the marriage is an act of worship because Allah ordered us, and Muhammad ﷺ ordered us to get married. When you have this feeling, when you renew your intention, your niyyah, that I am married to get closer to Allah, automatically that means I will treat my wife, she will treat me according to the law and according to the way Allah Azza wa Jal and Muhammad ﷺ have taught us. And it's so easy to get access to how Allah wants you and me to treat our wives and how our wives should treat us. And always be the upper hand, always be the giver, and never wait for a return, even with your wife, or even the wife of the husband. Oh, I'm doing good to her all my life and she never appreciated it. Allah appreciates it. That's what counts. That's what's important. She might appreciate it, but in a different way. You're not getting it. And the same thing for sisters. I'm being good to my husband all my life. Enough is enough. No, enough is not enough. Be good because you are good. You are the good Muslim sister that Allah Azza wa Jal is proud of you in front of Malaika. Look always to the reward from Allah Azza wa Jal. Yes, we want appreciation. Yes, we love people to be good to us. But if they are not, it will never help by punishing them by doing the same. You're looking down to them because they're not appreciating your relationship or the rights, and then you're doing the same. Oh, they're not good to me, I'm not going to be good to them. No, don't go to that level. So treat them with ihsan. Treat them with the best manners. If you see, the khutbah here is so rich with manners. It's all about manners. The manners will tell you if you are a good Muslim or you're just a Muslim by name. And every one of us have mistakes. So we need to fix our manners. So خيركم خياركم خياركم لنسائهم. The best among you are the best to their wives. And of course that talks to the wife as well. The best wife, the best way to go to Jannah for our sisters, for our ladies in Islam, is to be the best wife she can, and the best mother she can, and the best sister she can. Lastly, our children. They are big time amana. In a certain degree, you can advise your wife to be a good Muslim, but sometimes you succeed, or you can succeed to a certain percent because she came to your house or you came to her house, both of you came together, you're already 20 plus 25, 30 maybe. There's some things you can do and fix, both of you, but there are things that are there. But what about your children? Subhanallah. They are plain paper. And it's up to you and your wife, with the will of Allah Azza wa Jal and tawfiqihi, to write down what your children will look like in terms of manners, behavior, relationship with Allah, relationship with the Sunnah, relationship with the Masjid. It's all up to you. Allah gave you the full power. Yes, there are some genetic things, but they're all can be manipulated and will be influenced by you. Very simple. If you bring a Chinese baby, one day old, or an Indian baby or an Arab baby, and you teach him a different language, English, only English, they're going to just talk English. So what's the genetic has to do with the language? And the same thing with the manners and ibadah, and that's authentic by Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. يولد الإنسان على الفطرة فأبواه يهودانه أو يمجسانه أو ينصرانه أو كما قال صلى الله عليه وسلم. The parents, they are the one who decides the religion of their children. So my last message for today, to complete the meaning of the ayah, that Allah Azza wa Jal told you to take care of yourself and your family are your parents and your children and your wife, is your children is a big time amana that Allah will question you about. Their name, choosing their mother in the beginning, choosing their name, teaching them Quran. Kids, there's authentic hadith that children Yawm al-Qiyamah, some of them will hold their father like in front of Allah and say, oh Allah, take my right, punish my dad because he did not teach me Quran. He did not teach me Islam. Don't be, please, let's not be from those who will stand in front of Allah Azza wa Jal so ashamed, so feeling low because we did not do what we can. We're still alive, we're still breathing, we can do this. It's simple for those who follow the steps of Muhammad صلى الله عليه وسلم. أقول قولي هذا واستغفر الله لي ولكم فإني داع فأمنوا. اللهم اغفر لنا، اللهم ارحمنا، اللهم اهدنا واهد بنا واجعلنا هداة المهديين. اللهم اجعلنا هداة المهديين لا ضالين ولا مضلين. اللهم رب لنا أبناءنا، اللهم ربنا ورب لنا أبناءنا ورب لنا أزواجنا ورب لنا زوجاتنا. اللهم اجعلنا نعيش يا رب العالمين برحمتك. اللهم اجعلنا من المؤمنين الحقيقيين يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم اجعلنا من جيران حبيبك المصطفى صلى الله عليه وسلم في الفردوس الأعلى من غير سابقة عذاب ولا حساب. اللهم آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. وأنت يا أخي أقم الصلاة.